Hey, welcome again to our Gracie Schwarzwald self-defense course. We're going to go over some more concepts. And this is going to be a short video, but it's going to be talking about something we covered in the last video, and that is simply the idea of connection and disconnection. Okay? A big part of Jiu-Jitsu is the ability to connect to our opponent because that's how we control our opponent. That's how we limit their options. And in the battle between us, it's usually one person is trying to connect and one person is trying to disconnect. So all the techniques you're going to learn often on the ground really come down to that. It could be something as simple as here. He's connecting to me here, maybe he's holding he's connecting, these are all connection points, right? For me to pass, often I need to break the connections or make them useless, right? So I've got to learn how to break that hold, break this. Now let's say, come over this way. Let's say I go down and I control you side control, right? I'm here. Okay, do I want to stay connected to you or do I want to disconnect?
You want to stay connected to me.
Right, because that's how I hold you down, right? You're pinned between you and the ground. What do you need to do? You need to disconnect, right? So right now I'm holding your hips down. You're going to bridge into me, move your hips away. What happens now?
I'm disconnected.
Disconnected, right? Okay. Now, there are times on bottom you'll connect because, for instance, he brought a shield in. He needs to connect it to me so he can't run around. But really, at a very simple idea, Jiu-Jitsu is really these battles over connection points, disconnection points. You have to know when you're trying to disconnect and when you're trying to connect. Often I see beginners, they're connecting when they should be disconnecting, or they're disconnecting when they should be connecting. And by the way, those things change depending on the scenario, right? We talk again about the 4 circles, right? A different situation, the same technique may no longer be applicable, or the same version of a technique. So if he's down and he's framing on me, we covered this before, because what he wants to do is make space, disconnect his body away from me so he has movement, space to move, because when I'm tightly connected to him, he has no ability to move. But if we're dealing with punches, he needs to connect space. So I have the space to hit. Okay, so it's not always going to be always in this situation you should connect and always in this one you should disconnect. Okay, you need to understand which one you're doing and also understand and train that in the same scenario I might have to reverse it depending on the combative situation.